Hello there, my name is Walter, and today I'm going to show you every lens that I have for my Panasonic Lumix GH4. Currently, I think I've got a good enough set of lenses that I don't have to get any new ones until I upgrade the body to a GH5. Now let me show the lenses in order of when I got them. First off, I've got the Panasonic Lumix G Vario 14 to 42mm f3.5 to 5.6 Mark II. This is a nice little lens. I'd say it's a good lens for if you want something cheap for photos. It's not the best for video because f3.5 to f5.6 won't let a lot of light in, but if it's all you got, then I think it's pretty good. It goes nicely from 14 to 42mm, which gives roughly a 28mm to 84-85mm focal length range. So it's more meant for photography than videography, because usually a videography standard zoom would be 24 to 70. It's decently sharp. This is the lens I used the first time I did a shoot for like an event. I shot the Christmas party at my school. And probably not the best lens for indoor use, but it can get by if you know how to denoise your photos. The second lens I ever got was my Industar 50-2. This is a Soviet lens that I adapted from M42 mount to Micro Four Thirds. It is a 52mm focal length, which on Micro Four Thirds is about a 105mm focal length, and more if you're shooting 4K like I usually do. So it's a nice little telephoto prime. I would like it to be faster, but it was quite cheap and quite tiny, I used to use this a lot for portraits and a bit of video when I still had a screen so I could nicely frame myself in the shot. Nowadays, it is harder to frame myself. I just don't use this much anymore, but I just keep it in my bag just in case I ever need to use it. Then the next lens I got was a Panasonic Lumix G Vario 45 to 150mm f4 to 5.6. This is my telephoto zoom. It goes from 45 to 150, which is about a 90mm to 300mm equivalent. It's not the widest aperture, but I'm using this outside mainly anyway, so I don't really need a wide aperture. The f4 to 5.6 is good enough for me, and for background blur, compression gives me enough. And this is also an autofocus lens, which for video doesn't mean much, but for photos, the GH4 has pretty good autofocus, and it's quite nice to use. This is something that I always have in my bag. Then there's my AliExpress lenses. Here is my Risespray 25mm f1.8, my current main video lens. This cost me about 30 euros. It's honestly pretty good for that price. I did have to add a bit of hot glue into the C-mount adapter because this is originally a C-mount lens, and I had to add a bit of hot glue so when I'm turning the aperture ring it won't screw off. Other than that, it's quite sharp for this price of 30 bucks. It's fast enough that I love using it for videos, and most of the frame is pretty sharp as well. Only the very edges are not sharp, but I'm not gonna point my camera at the very edges anyway. Then there's the Risespray 35mm f1.6. The problem is that if you're shooting with this, the plane of focus will be different on the edges than in the middle because it was meant for a 1-inch sensor. So even if you use it on like a micro four thirds sensor, the edges are like out of focus when the center is pretty fucking sharp for the price of 16 bucks this cost me. Those are all of the lenses that I've got for my GH4. Apart from the fact that I feel like I need a wider lens, I'm ready to upgrade to a GH5. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, then good for you, I don't care. Bye bye!